His team is going to score in bunches, and so defense will dominate this 3A championship.
And it's going to be a rematch. Defense did dominate that first regular season matchup between these two teams. That was decided by just 3 points as well. The Rams trying to go back-to-back after winning last year's Class 2A state champion. It's going to be a very exciting one over at State Farm Center. And to take you through all the plays in this first half and throughout the entire game, of course, will be Matt Roderwald and Kenny McReynolds. Hey, guys.
Thank you, Darius. We'll see you at halftime as we get set for our Class 3A state championship matchup. It's an all-Catholic League final. The Mount Carmel Caravan looking for their first state championship since 1985. DePaul Prep trying to be the first team to win back-to-back state championships in different classes. Matt and Kenny with you here. This should be fun. Yeah. And these two teams know each other maybe a little bit too well going into this one.
Yeah, it's going to be a really, really good ball game. I like the way the coach said back in the studio. It's going to be a grindy out, maybe like a football score, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be Catholic League physical action on the floor here at State Farm Center. But one guy that's going to stir the drink for DePaul Prep as we look at our impact players, Makai Kavame has been outstanding so far.
Oh, in the semifinal, he just controlled the entire basketball game. 15 points, 6 assists, 3 steals, but he controlled the tempo that DePaul College Prep likes to play.
For Mount Carmel, they'll lean on their star, the Northwestern recruit and all-stater, Angelo Cheravino.
Well, he had 13 quiet points in the semifinal, but he is the Catholic League Player of the Year. He can score, and he can score in bunches, so look for him to have a comeback game today.
Get your boxing gloves on. Get ready for a fight. It's going to be DePaul Prep and Mount Carmel as we get set for our Class 3A state championship. The starting lineups and the opening tip next on the IHSA Television Network.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by OSF Healthcare, with hospitals, outpatient clinics, urgent care facilities, and virtual care on demand. OSF Healthcare has many care options for you.
Would you look at that? I'm in the classroom again. But this time, I can apply these skills to make some money. Lots of money.
Nikki's donations made a huge impact on a lot of people. This one right here, sitting next to me especially. When Gift of Hope came to me and asked me for the donation, it made me feel very confident knowing that I can give my baby's heart. This is Nikki's heart beating inside Tanisha's chest.
So when I heard this pounding, like, what is that noise? And the nurse said to me, that's your heart.
I carried Nikki for 9 months. Now Tanisha's gonna carry her the rest of her life.
Say yes to donation. Start the conversation with your loved ones today.
This is the run my own business dream. This is the colleges paid for dream. This is the retire early dream. This is Busey, where your dreams and possibilities become moments through trusted guidance and expertise, through lifelong relationships. Because we're here to help you achieve the life you've always envisioned.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry, our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF On-Call Urgent Care, in person or virtual, we're always there.
The IHSA Boys Basketball State Finals are presented by OSF Healthcare. DePaul Prep, Mount Carmel, the two of the top 3 teams in the Catholic League ready for a fight. As we get you set for the Class 3A State Championship, let's send it over to our public address announcer, Tim Sinclair.
Please turn your attention to the video board for a look at how DePaul College Prep and Mount Carmel advanced to the 3A State Championship game.
Boy, what a nice move there. Mr. Slicing through, beautiful look. Lee Marks will finish it. Best on the drive, left hand, strong move for the bucket. Thomas for 3. He got that one to go. bake. Mister shaking everyone off.
What a performance by Mister. Oh, look at Mister with the pass.
Arellano the finish. Marks through traffic all the way. And one. Lee Marks. He's doing just fine, and that will do it. Mount Carmel will play in a state championship game for the first time in 39 years. Chambers from the corner. P.J. Chambers gets it to go. Kavame to the rack and the bucket. Can't find space, gets by him, lost it on the way up. Porter right there for the lay-in.
Oh, Porter, the right place at the right time.
Look what I found. Elroy barrels his way to a bucket.
The Elroy just bowls his way for two.
Kavame high off the glass. Wow, he is fearless going to the paint. That will do it. Back to the title game for a chance to get back-to-back championships. DePaul Prep smothers the Richwoods Knights, and they will move on to play in the championship game once again.
Presented by OSF Healthcare, the official healthcare sponsor of the IHSA. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the DePaul College Prep Rams. A 6'2" junior guard, number 13, Makai Kavame. A 6'2" junior guard, number 14, Rob Walls. A 6'2" senior guard, number 22, P.J. Chambers. A 6'7" senior forward, number 23, Jalen McElroy. And a 6'6" sophomore forward, number 24, Rashawn Porter. The DePaul College Prep Rams are led by head coach Tom Kleinschmidt. Now let's meet the starters for the Mount Carmel Caravan. A 6'1" sophomore guard, number 2, Noah Mister. A 6'2" junior guard, number 3, Grant Best. A 6'7" senior forward, number 10, Christian Yaremovich. A 6'2" junior guard, number 21, Cameron Thomas. And a 6'6" senior guard, number 33, Angelo Cheravino. The Mount Carmel Caravan are led by head coach Phil Seagrove.
Those are today's starting lineups presented by OSF Healthcare. OSF Healthcare has many care options for you. Visit osfhealthcare.org. Let's say hello to the third member of our broadcast crew as we check in with Casey Standahar.
Matt, DePaul College Prep head coach Tom Kleinschmidt is ready for this Catholic League matchup. He's really excited about it, and he said that no matter what, if they can control the tempo, well, they can also adjust to any speed that Mount Carmel gives them. And fans expect this to be a lower scoring defensive battle. But again, Mount Carmel and DePaul ready for this one. I asked Coach Kleinschmidt what his trust level was like with his guys, and he said, if I don't trust them going into this one at 34-2, well, then I never will. Matt?
Thank you, Casey. Matt Mann, the first time as a head referee of the state championship game, he throws it up and off we go. DePaul Prep in the navy and Mount Carmel in the white. And man-to-man to start things off.
Start it off.
There's Kavame out front. These two teams played each other back on February 12th. They were supposed to play in January. Snow took care of that, so they had to move that to the end of the season, so there's a little more familiarity than even they expected to have, having to look at that tape from, say, 3 weeks ago.
But one thing you know about DePaul College Prep, they love to play defense.
3-ball from Cameron Thomas to start. And again, that game was on DePaul's senior night, turned out to be, and it was a tight one all the way to the end. A couple chances to win for Mount Carmel. Controversial travel late. Chambers had 20 in that one. Cheravino had 14 of his 18 in the second half, but he fouled out late, so he's got to stay on the floor in this one.
State championship game, you have to have him on the floor.
Had a little foul trouble yesterday against Mount Zion, but his teammates picked up the slack. He had 4 players in double figures. Kavame trying to work his way into the lane, nothing there.
Nothing there.
And for as much as we talk about DePaul's defense, Mount Carmel's defense is pretty good.
They look pretty good right here. You're going to have to switch it off that pick.
3 ball from Kavame to start things off.
Boy, he'll bury that 3. He showed yesterday that he's not afraid to take that shot.
He took 1 3 yesterday and missed it. But he was surgical in working through the lane with 15 points. In 31 minutes, he came out for maybe a minute. Cheravino high into the second row. And so that'll be the first turnover as DePaul will take over. Phil Seagroves, the head coach for Mount Carmel, in his 8th year, 145 wins. And for him, he's been building this slowly and getting it going here. They were young. They've kind of matured together, and it's a tight-knit group.
Took a while, but he finally got it together.
Coaching and as the athletic director at Mount Carmel as well. There's a lot going on for him right now.
And the bus driver. Only the hesitation move.
Kavame again to the rack.
The little hesitation dribble, then he explodes to the backboard for the layup.
Tom Kleinschmidt talks about him as a guy who is simply not talked about enough in the state circles when it comes to recruiting or how good's this kid versus that kid. Kavame, who's been here now twice on this stage. Oh, Mister gives it up. Grant Best hit a couple of those yesterday. Kavame the rebound. And a takeaway.
Look out. Right to us.
Grant Best getting in the passing lane. One thing you know is DePaul Prep offensively, they're not going to make very many mistakes. You got to take advantage of those long passes where you can get in those deflections and change the tempo.
Right, because you said it right. They don't make many mistakes. It's a very disciplined team. You see Kavame looking back at Coach Kleinschmidt with the call. And with the 5-0 lead, the Rams are not in a hurry.
5-0 lead will feel like 10 points to some other teams. Kavame working on the switch. Here's Rob Walls.
Oh, what a screen.
And hard screens. PJ Chambers, first time he's really touched it. Kavame's been doing all the work.
And they're going to bring it right back to the top of the key.
These are long possessions for DePaul. They go inside. McElroy got bumped. And a foul. It's going to be underneath. Tom Kleinschmidt, the head coach for DePaul Prep in his 12th season. You know, they changed names, as you know, and a lot of people in Illinois high school basketball circles know they're Gordon Tech.
Yeah.
His first 2 years, of course, he's a Gordon Tech legend, being on the 1990 team that got all the way here and lost to King. And that was the first matchup of 2 city schools from the city of Chicago to face each other. And so this will be the first in-conference matchup between 2 schools in a state championship game since 2017. And he's been doing a long time, slowly building that, and he's got it humming there.
Yeah, he's got it going there now. Here's DePaul doing what we thought they would do. Patient, just take a good shot like that.
Rob Walls with the fall away. The junior connects.
But everything going well for DePaul College Prep. They're running time off the clock, taking their time, getting good shots. They will not run and gun. They do not want to make this a track meet. They do not want to get in a hurry. And one thing we know, they love to play defense.
Mister missing that 3.
And one shot and done for the Caravan.
It's 4 minutes gone by, and Cheravino has not taken a shot just yet. They have completely taken him out of the game, and it's because of the offense.
Yeah, they've limited his touches by keeping the basketball so much.
They look inside McElroy, but it's Porter that's going to drive the lane
with the left hand.
Bill Seagroves thinking about a timeout. He's going to let it go.
Well, he knows he has a television timeout coming.
They're trying to wait for it. Cheravino. An ominous start for the Caravan. Inside the 3-point line. And Grant Best right there for the putback.
Well, Grant Best, I think, has been the unsung hero in Champaign this weekend. He has shown that he can play with anybody in the state of Illinois. He gets a lot of the garbage. You'd love to have a guy like Best on your team.
14 points yesterday, but 11 of those came really early. And when Sheravino with foul trouble, he came up big. Honestly, at one point, he was 4 for 4. He was hot right from the start. Rob Walls, baseline. Here's Chambers for 3. Short. Rebound, Thomas. Cameron's going to push it. 3 on 2. He's got Sheravino pull up straightaway 3. Got that one.
Yeah, he knew Sheravino was coming too. You notice when he was on the left side of the court, he was looking right. He knew Sheravino was trailing. Gives it to him for a 3-point shot. And Tom Kleinschmidt holds up his hands and tells his guys, slow it down.
This has been a very long stretch without a whistle. Rob Walls spins. Kavame lets it fly from long range.
It was wide open. Nobody came out to rotate out. Mister did not get out there to on the rotation, so he's wide open. He had to take that shot.
2 threes already for DePaul from the outside. Mister Sheravino, isolation baseline. Skip pass, one more, Thomas. Jeremovich couldn't get a hand on it. And they slow the tempo down. Here comes that high screen.
Oh,
nasty.
Big screen.
We've seen that 4 or 5 times this weekend.
Wow, Porter can really set a screen. When you run into Porter, you know you've been hit.
Porter on the step through. Walls from the corner. Sidewinder 3 goes down. And the chef's kiss that follows.
So now, Mount Carmel, they need to score. They have to get on the board on the offensive end and try to speed this game up.
Thomas through traffic. It's going to be a block. It was a very debatable block charge. Nightmare for the officials.
The toughest call to make.
It's a really tough call. We'll talk about it when we come back. It's a timeout on the floor. Rashawn Porter and company spreading the floor. Only bucket so far, but he's going right down Broadway in your kitchen. 10-point lead for DePaul to start things off in our 3A title game.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are being brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Get an 11% rebate on everything. Now at Menards. Renovate your space with Great Lakes vinyl plank flooring. They're durable, waterproof, and easy to install. Featuring an attached pad for added comfort and noise reduction. Floating luxury vinyl plank is $279 per square foot after rebate. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. All in-stock vanity lights are on sale. This 3-light Stewart vanity light is available in 2 different finishes. Now $27.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Welcome back to Champaign. DePaul College Prep with the 10-point lead over the Caravan of Mount Carmel. Before the game, I saw Mount Carmel coach Phil Seagroves way before the game just sitting on the bench. I said, Phil, are you trying to be like Ronnie Fields? Because Ronnie Fields does not go into the locker room at Hope Academy. He said, Kenny, my guys have seen me all day. We had breakfast together. We had lunch together. We did yoga together. We had 2 film sessions together. What more can I say to them? They're tired of seeing me. So I'm going to let them stretch with the other coaches, and I'm just going to stay out here.
It's very interesting to remember that in these situations, downstate or upstate for whoever is coming from wherever, that all you're doing is basketball.
Yes.
You're not doing school. You're not even really dealing with friends. Maybe you're on your phone for a minute, but this is what it's like. And so at some point, you kind of need a break. It makes a lot of sense to just take a minute.
I like the yoga together.
You got to be flexible, ready to go. Sheravino.
Well, Sheravino is very flexible to get the baseline and get the layup. Don't be surprised to see DePaul go for 1 shot. They're not going to be in a hurry.
Look at the movement that we're seeing from DePaul Prep on their offense away from the ball. Now the reset, 30 seconds. Bame in no hurry.
Nope.
And Lee Marks on the floor for the first time. He missed a month of action because of a hyperextended elbow, but he showed yesterday that he is
very healthy
and ready to go and can take physical contact. So he's going to be an X factor for the Caravan tonight.
Oh, I told you they would go for one shot. They will never be in a hurry.
Final 8 seconds. Chambers stops, 14, swatted away. Cheravino had it, stepped out of bounds. It's going to belong to Mount Carmel with 3.3.
What a great job by DePaul. They did a wonderful job. They ran off over 40 seconds.
Maximize every possession as best as any team in the state can.
Yep.
Cheravino, 3 seconds. Can he get across timeline? He will at the horn. Ooh. It was online, but it did not go down. It was a 9-0 start for DePaul Prep, and they've maintained control with an 8-point lead as we go to the second quarter. You're watching the IHSA Class 3A State Championship on the IHSA Television Network.
Feels good to be home.
Ashley's Orange event is this weekend. For 3 days only, shop some of the year's biggest deals. Doorbusters start at $1.99 while supplies last. Or get 0% interest for 5 years with 0 down. Shop the Orange event at your local app.
A fifth third better means we give 166.7%.
What's fifth third?
My bank.
Why?
Because 5/3 equals 166.7%, so they put 166.7% into everything they do.
But why?
Because they give me no hidden fees, identity theft protection, and free checking.
But why, though?
Because math?
Why?
You know, your mom is good at fractions.
Mom! This is banking, a fifth third better.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
Every day, we rebuild hearts and put them to the test. We remove brain tumors and find answers. But what we do every day might be one of the biggest things you've ever faced. So here, you won't face it alone. You'll be treated like the most important patient we've ever had. Because you are. Your best health is our endeavor. Introducing Endeavor Health.
Feels good to be home.
Ashley's Orange event is this weekend. Friday through Sunday, shop one of the year's biggest furniture sales. Get 30% off your entire purchase or get 0% interest for 5 years with 0 down. Shop the Orange event at your local Ashley.
Set to start the second quarter. DePaul Prep the Rams with an 8-point lead as they try to go back-to-back and the first team to do so in different classes. Time for the keys to the game. Brought to you by Southern Illinois University Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Well, for DePaul College Prep, they want to control the tempo. They've done a great job doing that. Handle the basketball. They did not do a great job in the semifinals. They're doing that well today. Mount Carmel, they must rebound because DePaul College Prep, they are a great rebounding team. Hey, and don't play their game, meaning don't fall into the slow, low means to sleep, grind them out type of basketball game.
Got to shake out their own offense to get some points on the board so they can create some sense of urgency. But you talk about handling the basketball. 1 total turnover between both teams, and that's just Mount Carmel's 1.
Yeah, and DePaul College Prep, that quarter, 6 out of 10 from the field, 3 out of 4 from 3 points.
And no turnovers.
No turnover.
They've done a nice job of handling the ball.
That's a good shooting, 3 out of 4 from the 3-point strike.
Second quarter underway. Matt Rodewald, Kenny McReynolds, Casey Standahar with you here at State Farm Center in Champaign. It's the Caravan and the Rams. Mount Carmel hasn't won a state championship since 1985.
Elvin McCants.
It's one heck of a team and a heck of a game. Double overtime for the first time at that time at state championship history. Baseline, cross court, at 3 is good. But an offensive foul prior to that. I think they got Cameron Thomas on the pass and crash.
Well, he passed the ball, but he ran his man over.
Just the momentum carries you through.
Here's again, see right there? He passes the basketball, but there's the collision, and you get the foul. Let's see if DePaul, if they continue to do what they do so well, which is slow the ball game down, take their time, run some clock.
Smart shots. Their shot selection is as good as anyone. And they will make sure that they get the best opportunity. Here's Walls. Now Chambers against Sheravino. Chambers to the baseline. Keep in mind, these kids know each other very well. All of them. All 10. They've played each other at least a good 10 times in the last couple of years. So a lot of tendencies they're well familiar with. Here the Mount Carmel students yelling out boring. That's what this is, kids.
Yeah, but it works.
There's the turnover and a takeaway. Thomas, or rather, here's Marks. Look at that pass to Thomas, the floater.
Boy, they're so happy to have Marks back after being out with an elbow injury. That way, you see, he just jumps in, gets the steal, leads the fast break for the easy shot for Thomas.
6'5" wing. He was out since February 6th. He'd been able to practice, but it's the contact and practice in games he couldn't do. But what a time for him to come back this weekend.
Oh, they're so happy to have him back.
Chambers tried to dip in the lane for a minute. Nothing there. Here's Kavame. Deceptive speed. Turns. No. McElroy blocked. Sheravino said no. And a foul.
A non-shooting foul.
Not a lot of fouls in the first quarter. They reset anyway. But
that's blocked there by Sheravino. Foul's going to go against Thomas. Going for the loose ball right here. You get the reach in.
McElroy in the inbound. Try and set up Chambers for a look. Chambers going against Marks. What a matchup that's going to be. Watching that for a while.
Really good one.
There they are in the far top of your screen. Baseline backdoor look. Walls.
Oh, a nice cut by Walls. Boy, good movement without the basketball. Cut back door. Gets a nice entry pass in stride for the easy layup.
7 of 13 from the floor. Good look inside. Here's Best. Back out. Sheravino. 3-ball on the way. It's short. Every possession offensively for Mount Carmel feels really big just because of how much control we're seeing on this end from the DePaul offense.
Yeah, because DePaul is going to take their time, slow the game down, and run a lot of clock. So you don't get to touch the ball very often. When you do, you want to make the best of it.
Ball,
there's nowhere to go.
Ball's in trouble. Poked away out of bounds.
He had nowhere to go.
Check out this backdoor cut. Rob Walls working the baseline.
Yeah, and the key here is movement without the basketball. You see right here, watch Walls cut right back, does a drag step up forward, then he cuts to the back, gets the entry pass for the easy layup.
They go inside now. Porter off the glass.
Boy, he's big and strong, isn't he, with the left hand? Great position on the block, great entry pass. He's so big and strong. Again, DePaul College Prep doing everything right so far.
3 from Best is short. And McElroy the rebound.
And the Mount Carmel crowd, very quiet. They've done a great job taking the crowd out of the ball game.
This is a 6-0 stretch since the bucket to start the quarter. They go inside now, Porter. Double team coming. Jump hook is too strong, but McElroy right there for the putback.
McElroy goes right to the offensive board. Normally, when you double team, you look to the opposite side, to the weak side. he's going to tell you that was a pass, but it really was a shot, but it went to the weak side, so it's the same effect as being double-teamed and throwing it to the opposite side. You can see right here on the boards, hey, everything going DePaul's way.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
Hey, Howard. There are over 8 million drivers in the state of Illinois. With that many people on the road, accidents are bound to occur. I'm attorney Howard Ankin, and if you or someone you care about has been involved in an auto, rideshare, or trucking accident, I'm here to help.
He has your number in his phone.
Call my office for a free consultation at 312-6-million. I'm here when you need me. Injury law made personal, that's Ankin Law.
Another impressive display of execution on display here from DePaul College Prep as they have total control of this game with a 21-9 lead here in the first half. Coming up at halftime, the coach Mark Lindo and I will break down this game and, of course, take a look at our next state final in Class 4A. Now back to State Farm Center with Casey Standahar.
Darius, thanks. The sports documentary Hoop Dreams was released 30 years ago, and it's been called the best sports documentary ever made. In 2005, it was selected for preservation by the National Film Registry and Library of Congress. It brought in $11 million at the box office, and the documentary follows William Gates and Arthur Agee from Chicago's West Side to St. Joe's and then Marshall High School in Chicago. And Gates goes to the Nike All-American Camp where he meets Juwan Howard from Chicago Vocational and Tom Kleinschmidt at Gordon Tech. Agee leads his team to a trip downstate here at the State Farm Center. And there's also a familiar voice on the call in the documentary. Kenny McReynolds, is that you?
Yeah, that was me. And you talked about all the money they made. I didn't get a penny.
And you know what? It wasn't nominated for an Oscar either, and it should have been.
Should have been.
Absolutely, and it was immediately talked about at the time. But that Marshall team, when they got here, they were not supposed to win, and they upset a very good Batavia team that featured Corey Williams, who went to Arizona, and Lamar Justice, who went to Notre Dame and had a great career with Billy Taylor in West Aurora. Those
Arthur Agee, and I said it in Hoop Dreams, the quickest first step I've ever seen from a high school basketball player.
He was silky smooth. That was a surprise team from Marshall that year, back in 1991. They ended up not winning the title, but what a weekend that was right here on this floor. And block call is attacking the rim. Mount Carmel right now needs to be a little more efficient compared to DePaul. DePaul's had 12 possessions and they've had 9 baskets.
Yeah, and that's very efficient. And even what's more impressive, how much time they've run off the clock. So that limits the possession for Mount Carmel, especially Sheravino. You want to keep the ball out of his hands. And if they don't have the ball, he can't get the ball in his hands.
Sheravino from the outside, got to get it going. And Sheravino now with 8 points.
Now you see why they want to keep the ball out of his hands and limit his possessions.
Kavame on the drive, bumped. And they're going to say that's on the floor. You know, to limit possessions, or at least to kind of speed up the game, as opposed to the way that DePaul does it. You talk to some of the other coaches that had to face them, and they hadn't faced them for the first time. You know, Phil Escala from Lake Forest, who's coached for 20 years, said to the fact that this is the best defensive coach team that I've ever seen in high school. He started fouling in the fourth quarter just to get to the bonus so that they could foul and get the ball back more.
Yeah.
And coaches have definitely looked at that tactic with this DePaul team because of what you're seeing right now. They're so patient, and they're just not going to make mistakes.
They're going to run their offense. Try to lull you to sleep. Look for a backdoor cut if it's there.
Tried to work in the block, McElroy. That one's going to be underneath.
McElroy is so big and strong. I think he had Mr. on him that time, and they saw the mismatch and tried to get it to him. The foul's on Mr.
And McElroy and Porter did a fabulous job trying to figure out the Latham-Somerville puzzle yesterday from Peoria Richwoods. Walls in the baseline. Boy, he's sneaky quick.
It looks on the board.
McElroy right back up through contact.
When we talked about rebounding, you can see why this team is so good on the boards. McElroy quick off his feet, doesn't have to gather himself. He just goes straight up. That's 5 offensive rebounds for DePaul College Prep.
Uremovich the putback. No, McElroy there flying in for the rebound.
And he can also rebound on the defensive end.
Kavame wanted to run for a minute.
And Coach Kleinschmidt said no.
90 seconds left in this first half. Porter now.
I don't understand why McElroy has not been talked about more.
He's an all-state honorable mention, all Catholic League selection, a first-teamer, but he missed a lot of time last year because of injury. So even through summer ball in this season, people are starting to figure out him as a senior.
Pretty good to me.
Meanwhile, Porter, don't forget, he's a sophomore out there. We've seen him now twice on the stage.
DePaul running clock. We're down to 48 seconds.
Nice screen. Kavame thought about going in.
You see Porter waving back to midcourt. Go back, go back.
This is a clinic.
It really is.
They took the ball at the minute 34 mark, and now Kavame with some space. See, now most kids would have taken that jumper.
Right. He brings it right back.
Gets it back. They're going to hold it for one. "15 seconds. Even if they don't score, it's a win.
Yeah, it's a big win.
Let's see if they do. Final 8 seconds.
They don't have to score.
Backdoor, Walls lost the handle of it. Gets it back, and then he got fouled with 2.6.
What a clinic by the Rams. They ran over a minute and a half?
A masterpiece possession.
What a great possession for the Rams of DePaul College Prep.
Really good. Walls at the line. Shot 67% free throw shooter coming into the weekend. First free throws of the half. 2.6 left. First free throws by either team. We've moved quickly here at the State Farm Center. At the buzzer. Online but short. DePaul College Prep, it's not the defense, it's the offense that's been dominant as they have controlled everything from the start. A 9-0 run to start things off, and they have been in control and dominant ever since.
Yeah, after that 9-0 start, they decided, look, we're going to slow this down, we're going to grind it out, and they have been very efficient.
Kavame with 8 points, Rob Walls with 8 points, and Casey is with Tom Kleinschmidt.
Coach, Kavame and Walls doing what they do best, but how do you get the ball to McElroy more?
Yeah, they're really sitting on them. We got to keep up the bigs moving. They're so big and strong and long. We can't let them sit in the paint, so we got to move side to side a little bit.
Defensively controlling the tempo, how do you like the pace of this game so far?
Yeah, it's our pace. You know, they're a high-powered scoring team, so the more possessions they get, that's not good for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
4-12, DePaul Prep trying to get back-to-back state championships, trying to do the first in both classes, or in two classes, I should say, a 2A title to go with a 3A title. Back after the break, Darius Joshua and Mark Lindo will break down the first half of the studio. This is the IHSA Television Network.
Whether you're looking for a commercial concrete contractor, exploring a future career, or interested in learning from past projects, the Cement Masons LMCC has the resources you need to connect you with the best in the union concrete industry. We maintain a vetted network of union concrete contractors to get your job done right. You can learn more at concreteil.com.
Of the top 3 seed corn brands in the Central Corn Belt, only one is 100% focused on seed corn. Only one is U.S. farm family owned.
Tom, Henry, get out of that dirt!
And only one has got there without the help of a parent company.
Henry!
I guess that makes us the grown-up in the field. Wiffles Hybrids, fiercely independent and proud of it.
Get an 11% rebate on your outdoor projects. Now at Menards. General purpose concrete mix is great for setting posts, patios, and walkways. Just add water, mix, and pour. Get an 11% rebate on all concrete mixes at Menards. Menards has a huge selection of concrete blocks that are ready to take home today. Classic patio blocks are only 99 cents each after 11% rebate. Visit your Menards today to get an 11% rebate on everything.
Save big money at Menards.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student-athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student-athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
Quite a half of basketball there from DePaul College Prep as they had the lead here at halftime in our 3A title game. Let's get to the highlights of this one just to see how the Rams pulled out to this lead. You see it's 7-0 there. Well, they led at 9-0 before Mount Carmel could get on the boards. Foul balls to Rashad Porter. He hangs and hits. It's 9-0 at that point. Early second quarter action. Now the only mistake that they made in that first half, a turnover from Makai Kavame. And the Caravan go the other way. Cam Thomas on the baseline for the bucket, 15-9 there. Now 2 minutes to go in the half. Rob Wall's blowing by the defender, gets to the rim. It's missed, but Jalen McElroy is there. 5 rebounds in that half, 4 points for him and his squad with the 24-12 lead at the halftime break. Now, Coach, you gave me a number before the half ended there. You told me to ask you about the number 25.8.
I know exactly what that means, Darius. 25.8 points per game. That's what DePaul College Prep has given up in the first 6 games of this tournament. That shows how stingy and tenacious their defense is. How you permeate that defense, I don't know. I'm glad I'm not trying to scheme against it right now.
And as much as we talk about their defense, their offense has been on display in both of their games here during the State Farm Tournament. 61% the other day. They're playing very well offensively now.
Well, Makai Kavame has just been brilliant. I have fallen in love with his point guard abilities. He scored the first 5 points of the game. He had 8 in the quarter, but way more than that. He is the director. He steers the ship. He is the one that makes that team go. He controls tempo. He controls pace. And they have control of the game on both ends of the floor right now. DePaul College Prep putting on a clinic in half number 1. We'll see if they can finish it up.
An impressive display of discipline from the young junior as he's very patient running that offense. I don't know if I have that kind of patience out there. Of course, the Mount Carmel fans, they're not happy about it either. But it's a 12-point lead for the Rams. A lot more to come here at halftime. We'll be right back.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are being brought to you locally in part by Ashley, America's #1 furniture and mattress store. Northern Illinois University, where your future is our focus. Visit niu.edu. Fifth Third Bank. A Fifth Third better means we give 166.7%. And by Endeavor Health. Your best health is our endeavor.
A Fifth Third better means we give 166.7%.
What's Fifth Third?
My bank.
Why?
Because 5/3 equals 166.7%, so they put 166.7% into everything they do.
But why?
Because they give me no hidden fees, identity theft protection, and free checking.
But why, though?
Because math?
Why?
You know, your mom is good at fractions.
Mom! This is banking, a Fifth Third better.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
Welcome back. We are halfway through our third championship game, but of course we still have one more to bring you. That's in Class 4A between Homewood Flossmoor and Normal Community in that matchup, Coach.
Well, I think what you have there is Normal Community's size, their length, their ability to contest every shot, every pass, get out in the passing lanes against the speed and athleticism of Homewood Flossmoor. Homewood Flossmoor has been ranked number 1 or number 2, depending on which poll, all year long. It's been a fight for them to get here, but they have a shot at it tonight, which should be a great 4A championship game.
The Ironman size was certainly on display in their semifinal win so far. Well, the defense is on display for the Rams, but their offense is playing just as well here. Rob Wall is nailing the 3. He has a team-high 8 points in this game. They're up by 12.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
I'm attorney Howard Ankin here with University of Illinois alumni, IO. Congratulations on having your jersey retired and a standout rookie season with Chicago.
Thanks, Howard. Congratulations on Angus Law's 25th anniversary of helping people involved in work injuries, auto and truck accidents, and medical malpractice cases. It's great to have a friend like you who's always looking out for people.
Thanks, IO. I'm here to help, and I hope my next 25 years will be even better. Call 312-6-million. Injury law made personal. That's Ankin Law.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Get an 11% rebate on everyday essentials now at Menards. Save on your favorite cleaning supplies from Procter & Gamble. They deliver quality products from brands you can trust, like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Get this 42-pack of Tide Pods for just $10.99 after rebate. Keep your devices powered with Energizer Max batteries. They deliver consistent performance and have lasting power. A 16-pack of AA and AAA batteries are $9.99 each after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
The halftime stats are brought to you by LiUNA. Start your career in construction today at LiUNAcareers.org. The Rams with the 12-point lead and just about every statistical category up there in favor of them.
Nothing really jumps out at me except free throw line. Neither team getting the ball deep, but Mount Carmel had 30 points in the paint yesterday, only 4 in the first half today. They got to get it deep. They have just 5 baskets on 14 possessions. Their efficiency must increase against this just tough as nails DePaul College Prep defense.
Yeah, Matt said it was suffocating the other day. It certainly is suffocating so far in this one. One of the few times they had some open space. Sherafino getting the ball to go through the bottom of the net. He's got 8 points. Second half coming up when we come back.
Coughing and throat feeling sore? We've got medication to get you out the door. Earache, pink eye, bug bite, or rash? Our wonderful staff will treat you in a flash.
What about sprains, strains, and minor fractures too?
Don't worry, our x-rays reveal what's hidden from view. Need care after 9, 10, or 11? Our virtual care's got you 24/7. OSF on-call urgent care, in person or virtual, we're always there.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student-athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can go from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
The IHSA Boys Basketball State Championships are presented by OSF Healthcare. DePaul Prep doubling up Mount Carmel as we get set for our third quarter. Time for our hard-working plays brought to you by Mid-America Carpenters Regional Council. Strong alone, unstoppable together.
Well, DePaul College Prep has been unstoppable. Everything they've been doing has been working to get to the basket at will. The corner for a three-point shot. Here he is again. You swing it over to an open walls for three. They have done everything right tonight.
Meanwhile, Mount Carmel and Angelo Cheravino, their Northwestern recruit, he's done a little bit of work defensively, but he's got to get more involved in offense. 3 of 4 from the floor, 8 points. So,
well, 3 of 4, you see right there, three-point shot. Here he rolls to the basket, but they have to get the basketball and able to get him the ball. And DePaul College Prep has done such a wonderful job of running so much time off the clock. They have limited the times that Mount Carmel has had the ball, which means Cheravino can't get the ball.
I think the key for this to watch the second half is how Mount Carmel is going to make adjustments defensively to try and create more possessions for themselves offensively.
Well, I think we may have to put pressure on the basketball. I think we may have to try to make this a running gun game, full court press, try to get some steals. They have to get the basketball. And the crazy thing is, each team had 14 possessions in the first half. DePaul scored on 11 of the 14. The Caravan scored just on 5 of the 14. And Mount Carmel did not shoot a free throw the entire first half. And DePaul only shot 2.
Just look at Cheravino there, 8 points, 3 of 4 from the floor, as we mentioned. Everybody else, though, 4 points and just 2 of 12 from the field. So what we saw in terms of everyone else helping on Friday, that's not happened yet for Mount Carmel in this one. And out of bounds, it's going to belong to DePaul as we start our third quarter.
Well, the one thing Mount Carmel cannot afford would be for DePaul to get off to a good start this quarter. Because if they get off to a good start, you know they're going to just slow it down.
The possession arrow going to DePaul out of the half is just a lot big, pretty much more of a key than you realize normally because of what you're seeing right now. The possession basketball and the patience. Walls is going to take that 3. That's short. Out of bounds. It will belong to DePaul Prep. Casey had a chance to catch up with Phil Seagroves.
Coach, down at half, but this is a position that never seems to rattle the Caravan. You've come from behind in several of your games to win. What's the key?
Well, you know, we did exactly what we didn't want to do. We didn't want to get into a shooting contest with them. We know they're, you know, extremely patient. We want to be patient on our stuff as well. It's hard when you're a high school kid. You see a wide open 3, you want to take it. You know what I mean? That's why high school percentages are down from college and pros. We talked about running our stuff, being a little bit more aggressive, tagging them defensively. We'll be better in the second half.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
And the Caravan, 2 of 9 from the outside is what he's referring to. Just making sure that they get to the rim like this.
Like this. Nice pick and roll.
Oh, Yurimovich missed it, and he got bumped. And it's going to be a foul underneath, I think.
Well, that was a good offensive set with the pick and roll. He just missed a shot. But they need to do more of that to get easy shots. And they have to get quick shots because they cannot afford to let the time run off the clock, because you know when DePaul gets it, they're going to slow it down. What a great lob play, but no on the basket.
Tried to be sneaky to Cheravino, and a foul call before that shot. That's 2 quick fouls, though, in DePaul Prep. Chambers now at 2. Lob to Cheravino again. He got bumped again.
Exact same play. And with the athleticism of DePaul, you would think somebody would be able to go up with him.
Cheravino with a little bit of an extra level jump.
You see the way he pushed off to get back? Porter was right in front of him, so he pushed Porter away, and then he steps back to get the lob pass.
Not a lot of contact for Porter. Second free throw. Cheravino gets both. Free throws are have to have at this point for Mount Carmel. And extended pressure. This is the adjustment we wondered about.
Yeah. Not surprised here.
Pick him up full court. Not a ton of pressure, but you're going to see more of that here in the second half.
Oh, see, he jumped out on the switch. Grant Best was trying to come out on the switch and just ran right into him.
Grant Best is bleeding on his left elbow. And they haven't caught it yet.
They haven't seen it, yeah.
They haven't seen it. You can see that left elbow right there. If it gets on a jersey, it's going to be a mess. Keep an eye on that. Kavame against Mister. He'll give it up. They work the perimeter weave.
Oh, they faked it that time.
Look at that pump fake by Porter with the layup. Nope. And a block call.
Boy, with the pump fake, he was able to get right to the basket because everybody went for the pump fake. Here's it again. Now watch the pump fake, and that froze the defense just a little bit, enough for him to get to the basket.
Grant Best is going to come out. Foul number 2. Free throw for Porter. Presumably going to work on that elbow.
Yeah, you can see the blood.
Not really hurt, just one of those things you got to clean it up. Second free throw is no good.
See, if I'm in a Caravan, I go. You got to move.
You want to be patient on offense, but how patient can you be? Got to see if they can get to the rim. Mister being swarmed and a foul. That's team foul number 4 with 6 minutes to go, and that means free throws the rest of the way. If Mount Carmel can continue to get to the rim, they're going to get points out of this more than anything else.
Because they'll get free throws.
Again, the new rules this year, it's 5 fouls a quarter. They reset every quarter instead of every half. And it's 2 free throws, no more 1-and-1. And there's Jeremovich, the All-Catholic League selection inside.
But Sheravino with the nice pass.
This is as close as they've been since the second quarter early. And it was a 9-point lead. Kavame driving and a foul. Sheravino can't believe it.
Yeah, here's it again. Now watch Sheravino. He goes in and tried to snatch the basketball, but the official said he had a little bit of the arm as well.
And Mount Carmel just picked up a bench warning, which is a point of emphasis this year. By the way, Chambers with 4 fouls on the floor. PJ Chambers. And he's out there now. Keep an eye on that. He has the ball as he works his way out in the perimeter.
Well, look at the ball pressure by Mount Carmel.
Definitely picking up a little bit tighter than we saw in the first half. Kavame, crossover. And Sheravino got a piece of it, and it's off Kavame's noggin. It's going to be out of bounds and belong to Mount Carmel.
Yeah, the old playground play. I'm falling out of bounds. I'll throw it off of you. That's the old playground play.
He just apologized to the official. He wasn't trying to do it that hard, but...
Give it again. Now watch. That's what you call using your head.
You got the old talking to from the men in stripes going, can we not do that anymore? Can we find another part of the body to do that with?
Like the leg?
Sorry, sir, about that. That's team foul number 5.
And Devambe with the push.
Tightened up a little bit here.
Well, that's team foul number 5 with 5 minutes to go. So now, the rest of this quarter, Mount Carmel, every time they get fouled, now will be shooting 2 free throws.
Look at that line from PJ Chambers. No points, 4 fouls. He's a first-team All-Stater. And they still have a 9-point lead with Lee Marks at the line, shooting 2. He was just shot 1 free throw. And that was the result yesterday. And he's 0 for 1 now. Mount Carmel didn't shoot a free throw at all in the first half. And now they have a chance to shoot a bunch if they can attack the rim. That one's short. Both. Both teams now 2 of 4 from the line.
Let's see if DePaul slows it back down.
Kavami's got a mismatch with Uremovich on him. They switch. Chambers pulls up from 17. First bucket of the game for P.J. Chambers.
And Chambers did a nice job using the screen by Porter. He came right around Porter to get open and hit that jumper.
Patience continues for Mount Carmel. Mister going to work. Marks will swing it. Cheravino from the corner. That's short. Gets it back. Right on the floor. Whips pass inside to Marks for the land.
Well, now you see why he's the Catholic League Player of the Year. He took the good shot, which is his shot. Knew it was off, goes and get the offensive rebound, and then drops it off to his man when everybody comes to him.
Kavami trying to draw some contact. Porter, beautiful look. McElroy with all sorts of defenders around him, and they somehow come out with it.
How did he get the ball?
DePaul Prep with 7 offensive rebounds has definitely hurt Mount Carmel. Trying to limit the possessions. Chambers. Now he goes back to his left. He marks up tight on him. Put the bigger Thomas on Kavami, and hand check call out front.
Yeah, just a little bit of a hand check. You put the bigger guy out there on him to try to slow him down, but he reached with the foul.
Timeout on the floor. Mount Carmel trying to chip in this lead, but DePaul Prep still a 9-point lead.
Get an 11% rebate on everything. Now at Menards. Renovate your space with Great Lakes vinyl plank flooring. They're durable, waterproof, and easy to install, featuring an attached pad for added comfort and noise reduction. Floating luxury vinyl plank is $279 per square foot after rebate. Find your style with Patriot Lighting. All in-stock vanity lights are on sale. This 3-light Stewart vanity light is available in 2 different finishes. Now $27.98 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Imagine going from the classroom to the big stage.
This territory, this place, our home, isn't just for learning, but for understanding the very power of what imagination actually means.
A place where you can know from player to coach, from the ground to the sky.
So close your eyes, envision the roar that is a spirit of thousands of Salukis. Capture this moment and go forward together.
Well, they've been here before, and they're trying to do it again. This is last year's 2023 2A state championship. And for DePaul Prep, it was a decisive win, 27-point lead at one point, and they were able to take care of Bloomington Central Catholic in that one by a final of 65-41. They needed overtime to get through the super sectional, but once they got here, their defense was on full display. In fact, the group you're seeing right here, they've won 4 in a row here on this floor, dating back to 2022.
Very comfortable on the big floor.
They like it here. And they won the 3rd place game in 2022. They won 2 games last year, of course, the semi and the championship, and then winning yesterday in the championship game. And so trying to do it again, keep that winning streak alive, and they'd be the first ones to go back-to-back in different classes. Technically, Simeon has that, but it was when they expanded classes, so they went from AA to 3A in 2007 and 8, and so they had won 3 in a row in different classes. So there's a technicality to it, but as the current format sits, this would be the first time someone's been bumped up a class because of success and then continue to keep on winning.
But look at the defensive pressure on the ball by the Caravan.
They adjusted the fouls with P.J. Chambers had 4. I think they looked at it at the timeout, which is a correctable error that they can fix. And you see that foul called. So Chambers now with 3 fouls. So we'll, again, keep an eye on the fouls. They start to creep up a little bit. Kavame now with 2.
Yeah, Kavame decided to attack the basket and with a little bit out of control, called for the foul.
Both teams now shooting free throws. Here's P.J. Chambers, 1 basket so far. It's been a quiet night for the All-Stater. Thomas. Marks was open, spinning in the lane. Cheravino. Up and under.
Oh,
through contact. How did he hold on high enough for that?
Boy, it looked like he just shot it from like his chest. He was shooting it on the way down.
This is the closest the Caravan have been since the first half. They're within 7. And a foul out front.
Foul on Mister.
Gonna get Mister on the hand check. Ball prep is just 1 of 3.
Here's the replay. Now watch Cheravino. The spin move up, under, and like on his way down. He shoved the ball up because McElroy was right there on top of him. Great defense by McElroy, but a better shot by your Catholic League Player of the Year.
Paul Prep, by the way, offensively just 1 of 3 this quarter, and they've turned the ball over 3 times, which has allowed Mount Carmel to creep back into the conversation a little bit.
Well, one thing Coach Kleinsmith said that they could not afford to turn the ball over.
I mean, 4 total turnovers is not that many, but this is the time of year where you can't make any mistakes.
Right.
And that gets it back to a 9-point lead as we approach our final 2 minutes of this third quarter. Drive to the baseline. Thomas blocked from behind. Here's Walls with numbers. And he'll slow it down. Defense out front, Kavame. They're switching on those screens now.
Yeah, they're switching on everything.
Screen out front, they stay with that, but it's just the weave. They're going to keep moving back and forth here. Kavame trying to draw contact. Get both teams in the bonus.
Backdoor cut.
Yep, they had Walls, but he lost the handle of it and a turnover.
Oh, boy, it was there. It was there.
Let's check in with Casey Standohar.
Guys, Mount Carmel head coach Phil Seagroves wanting his team in that last timeout to zone in on P.J. Chambers. He said, let's take advantage of his foul trouble. He also added, we need to turn up the intensity. He was confident, saying it's going to be tight in the fourth quarter. He just said, we need a couple of good looks.
They only need 2 scores and stops to get right within this thing, to be within range, just to have that conversation that Casey's talking about. To the corner. Cheravino, who's been limited with his looks. Here's Marks. Under a minute now in this third quarter. Cameron Thomas, who was so good yesterday. Thomas stopped Cheravino from the corner.
Boy, he's so good, especially in the corner. That's his shot. He loves the corner.
3 threes tonight. He's got 15 points, and they're within 6.
Offense.
And Marks sells it.
A.J. Chambers bowls him over.
It's another turnover, and that's his 3rd.
Boy, look at the screen, but look at Chambers.
I didn't see any contact up top, but he got tripped. That's what threw me off on that.
That's the foul.
And so the offensive foul and the illegal screens, boy, they set some really good screens. And every now and then, because it's so physical,
right,
you're going to get called for the other way. So this is a big moment for Mount Carmel if they can get a bucket before the end of the quarter.
Well, get a ball to Cheravino.
Grant Best looking for him. Best bumped. 20 seconds. They'll hold it out front. Cameron Thomas getting direction from the bench. Cheravino from the right wing. DePaul with one more look. Kavame attacking the rim off the side of the backboard. Cheravino will put it up at the horn. It won't count.
Looked like he was behind, like underneath the basket. That's why he hit the bottom of the backboard.
Might have. Good finish to our third, setting up for a barn burner on the way down the stretch. Our Class 3A title game goes to the fourth quarter when we come back. This is the IHSA Television Network.
Feels good to be home.
Ashley's Orange event is this weekend. For 3 days only, shop some of the year's biggest deals. Doorbusters start at $1.99 while supplies last. Or get 0% interest for 5 years with 0 down. Shop the Orange event at your local.
Every day, we rebuild hearts and put them to the test. We remove brain tumors and find answers. But what we do every day might be one of the biggest things you've ever faced. So here, you won't face it alone. You'll be treated like the most important patient we've ever had. Because you are. Your best health is our endeavor. Introducing Endeavor Health.
Tomorrow, I'll be making a difference in the classroom. Tonight, I'll be making memories with the dance team.
I'm expressing myself with my poetry and with my hands.
I'm providing for my patients and for my community.
At NIU, you'll go places as unique as you, with the resources and support to get you there. Join us and start writing your story today.
A fifth third better means we give 166.7%.
What's fifth third?
My bank.
Why?
Because 5/3 equals 166.7%, so they put 166.7% into everything they do.
But why?
Because they give me no hidden fees, identity theft protection, and free checking.
But why, though?
Because math?
Why?
You know, your mom is good at fractions.
Mom! This is banking, a fifth third better.
Feels good to be home.
Ashley's Orange event is this weekend. Friday through Sunday, shop one of the year's biggest furniture sales. Get 30% off your entire purchase or get 0% interest for 5 years with 0 down. Shop the Orange event at your local Ashley.
Well, he's keeping him in it, and his offensive game is the difference. Angelo Cheravino for Mount Carmel.
Well, he's a Catholic League Player of the Year. Look at the up and under move. He has just been really, really good tonight. Buries one from the behind the three-point strike. He loves the corners. You have to keep him out of those corners.
And it was foul trouble that did him in during the semifinal, and everyone else picked him up today. The reverse is happening. He's got 15 of the 23 points and 3 threes so far. They can get some help from some others here down the stretch. This is going to be a good finish. And so we head to the fourth quarter with Mount Carmel taking possession, going right to left. Matt Rodewald, Kenny McReynolds, and Casey Standahar with you. You saw the third quarter rundown there. DePaul College Prep 1 basket, 5 turnovers. Mount Carmel the reverse. They got 4 baskets and didn't turn the ball over one time.
Which is very important.
Marks driving, trying to whip it down to Best. The floater is short. And a foul on a reach in.
Oh, that's tough too, because he had the ball. You were not going to get the ball away from Porter. They triple team him and reach in and foul him. Once he had the basketball, no need to reach in and foul him.
Mount Carmel was in the bonus as DePaul Prep put them there with about 6 minutes to go. They went to the free throw line 1 time as a result of that, so they didn't really take advantage of the foul situation for DePaul Prep in that third quarter, but they were able to get it down to 6 points. And so DePaul's going to take the air out of the ball, as they do. It's Kavame and Walls out front. Best switching on those screens. Kavame now circling. Stops.
Brings it right back out.
Porter now driving. He'll lean in, lost the handle on the way up. McElroy comes down with it. That one went through contact, and he scores.
We talked about how strong he was. He showed it right there. He barrels his way to the basket.
McElroy, 6'7". An honorable mention selection for All-State. Cheravino again from long range.
Well, you better stay with Cheravino and put a hand in his face.
Shakes his hand off as he may have had contact on it. Timeout on the floor. Mount Carmel quickly calling a timeout.
Well, Shervino now with 18 points. You have to put a hand in his face at all times. He's dangerous. He loves the corners, but he also shows, hey, I can hit it anywhere on the floor. Look, wide open. Everybody went for the ball fake. You will go for the ball fake, and it leaves him wide open.
The communication breakdowns a little bit for DePaul Prep here in this third quarter, or in the second half, I should say, now that we're in the fourth quarter. What does DePaul Prep need to do in terms of regrouping defensively here?
Well, one thing, find your shooter. That's the main thing. He shoots the basketball. Somebody had to stay with him. I'm sure they're going to say, don't switch off of him, because you saw in that three, they tried to switch and he leave him wide open. Everybody went for the ball fake. On the defensive end, you have to stay with Shervino and then box out. They cannot have any second chance points.
Shervino 4 of 7 from 3. Everybody else 0 for 6 as Mount Carmel tries to win a state championship for the first time in almost 40 years. But they have work to do here as they're down by 5, which feels a lot more like a 10-point deficit. Walls can move in the baseline and gets it in. Full court pressure. Porter lofts it up. Chambers stops and leans in. Oh, he missed it.
Didn't get it.
Rebound loose. Kept in, but not in time before it rolls out of bounds, and it's going to belong to Mount Carmel.
Now, if you're DePaul College Prep, the one thing you do is keep a man on number 33. You find Shervino because he has been red hot from the field.
And if you're the Caravan, can you get anyone else involved? Shervino skip pass to the other corner. Mr. Directing traffic. Look at McElroy now. Face guarding all the way up. They'll switch. And they switch back. 3 on the way. Too strong.
Well, I'll let him take the shot instead of Shervino from the 3-point mark.
It's Anthony Hayes off the bench trying to help on defense. Kavame has a lane
path
and a foul. They're going to get Mr. with the body contact.
Boy, Shervino had a clear path to the basket. Nobody came over to stop the basketball, and it was a clean path right to the basket.
That's 4 fouls now on Noah Mister. 6'1" sophomore.
Well, so, at this point, you just have to play.
Yep. You have Best and Mister both with 4. Kavame now with 11 points. He has grinded out a great performance. 5 rebounds as well. You see everybody on the bench feel the intensity now. Pick up with 5.5 to go in the 3A state championship game.
And again, I'm not going to let Shervino get open if I can help it. Do not let him open.
Lead back to 7. Rob Walls gets the assignment now on Shervino. Oh, Thomas lost the handle of it. Here's Porter on the run out.
Look how smart he is.
Stops,
gives it back.
Crosses the middle. Rob Walls will take his time.
Now, if you're not familiar with DePaul College Prep, some people may say, why didn't he just go to the basket? That's not what they do. They do this.
To the rim. 14 points for Makai Kavame.
He certainly finds his way to the basket. If there's a seam, he gets to that seam and gets the layup.
Shervino baseline. Double teamed. Oh, they saved it. They kept it in. Poked away from behind. It will belong to the Rams. Watch Kavame. He's just more athletic than you think.
Yeah, and you know what? He's quicker than you think, too. Well, look at the clear path to the basket. Goes right around his man. Goes right up for the nice, easy layup. He could create off the dribble.
Walls on the sprint. 2-on-1. McElroy
what a block.
With a block from behind and a foul as Shervino had possession.
Wow. Shervino with the defense. What a block. And when he blocked the ball, he maintained possession of the ball. Watch his block. See, now he'll come from behind. He'll block it, but then he'll take control of the basketball.
You never see that.
You don't see that a lot on the high school level.
Block and the rebound in the same play. Timeout on the floor as DePaul wants to talk about things. Shervino with 18 points in 27 minutes. He has not come out.
The timeout was called by DePaul.
Well, Mount Carmel trying to do this for the first time in 40 years. We see them on the football stage all the time, but we don't see them on the basketball stage all that often. It was 1985, the last time that they won a state championship. Ed McQuillan-led squad. They were ranked 14th in the state before the state tournament, and they found themselves in a thriller against Lamphere. Talk about Melvin McCamps being outstanding. Look at that buzzer beater from Derek Boyd in double overtime. A 46-44 win over Lamphere. That was the only 2 points scored in both overtimes combined between those two teams.
Well, you know me. Don't tell me how many you scored. Tell me when you scored them.
If you remember that tournament, all eyes were on Proviso West, King and Simeon, Nick Anderson. Of course, that was the year that Ben Wilson was tragically killed before the season started, or right, literally opening night. And so Mount Carmel didn't have to face any of them. They went through Leiden, Hersey, and Cahokia before facing off against Lamphere in that state championship. But they have not been back on this stage since, which is remarkable.
That is remarkable. Can history repeat itself?
Think about all the good players that have come through, whether it's Antoine Walker or even Donovan McNabb. Everybody knows him for football. He's an awfully good basketball player for the Caravan. But Tom Kleinschmidt, he has been here as a player and now trying to win 2 in a row as a coach for DePaul Prep.
Tom called that timeout, and I'm willing to bet you he talked about defense. Like, okay, guys, let's buckle down on the defensive end. We have enough points to win.
35-26. This is a 9-point lead. The Caravan have leaned hard on their superstar, Angelo Cheravino, the Northwestern recruit, the all-state selection, as he comes knifing through the elevator screen. No mister for 3. Those are going down yesterday, not today.
Look, everybody to the floor.
Height on the floor, and you did not have an equal possession. They get a timeout out of it. It didn't look like Mount Carmel was able to get in there.
DePaul College Prep with the timeout. Heads up play. You didn't want to lose the basketball.
Back-to-back timeouts. And at this stage of the game, emotions are running high and intensity running on fumes.
Yes.
These are good timeouts to kind of take a deep breath, really, for both teams.
Right, so now DePaul has the basketball. If I'm Tom Kleinschmidt, I'm going to tell the guy, look, let's not speed this up. Let's go and do what we do. Run our offense, run some clock. Make them come after us. If they foul us, they foul us.
1 minute. Can you run 1 minute off? Which they're capable
well, they've
of doing.
done.
We've seen it a few times.
We've seen it a few times. So, yeah, I would run 1 minute off easily because this is what they do ordinarily. It would be tough to do if you didn't do this every game. But running 1 minute off is nothing new to DePaul College Prep.
When we finish up here, we'll have our 4A title game, Homewood Flossmoor and Normal Community. You look around the room, you see a lot of orange. You're going to see a lot more orange here tonight, that's for sure. The Ironmen and the Normal Faithful looking forward to that 4A title game. That will follow us. We have business to settle here.
Here comes the press.
Diamond pressure this time. This is going to be trap-worthy.
Oh, he almost gave it up.
Oh, there's the steal. Grant Best. Cheravino, wide open look.
Well, you can't leave him wide open. The offense from your defense, they get the steal, and then you're all-stater with his 5th three-pointer of the night.
Back to the press. We cut it to 6. We're under 4 minutes.
I wouldn't be surprised if they don't look at the basket.
Kavame. And we had Walls in the baseline with an open look.
But they're not looking to score. Here's your weave.
Walls to the baseline. Poke from behind. That might have gone off.
That's off Walls. He just dropped it out of bounds.
This is the 8th turnover of the night for DePaul Prep. And Mount Carmel will have it after a timeout with a chance to cut it to a 1-possession game. Strap in. Going down to the wire.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are brought to you in part by LiUNA, Careers in Construction, Feel the Power. For more information, visit liunacareers.org.
Whether you're looking for a commercial concrete contractor, exploring a future career, or interested in learning from past projects, the Cement Masons LMCC has the resources you need to connect you with the best in the union concrete industry. We maintain a vetted network of union concrete contractors to get your job done right. You can learn more at concreteil.com.
Of the top 3 seed corn brands in the Central Corn Belt, only one is 100% focused on seed corn. Only one is U.S. farm family owned.
Tom, Henry, get out of that dirt!
And only one has got there without the help of a parent company.
Henry!
I guess that makes us the grown-up in the field. Wiffles Hybrids, fiercely independent and proud of it.
This is the Makai Kavame and Angelo Cheravino show so far here in the second half action here. A crucial 3 minutes coming up. One team trying to go back-to-back. Another team trying to end a long drought and bring home another state title. For the final 3.5 minutes, we send it back to State Farm Center with Matt Rodewald and Kenny McReynolds.
All right, Darius, thank you very much. We're looking forward to the finish here. And we had 2 state championships already decided. Class 1A, West Central taking a state championship back to Winchester or Bluffs. Who's going to keep that trophy?
Yeah, where does the trophy go?
You get it one year, you get it the next. And, of course, Phillips, a big win as well over Benton. And we'll have HF and Normal after us. And so we get set to continue on here. The assist of the game brought to you by Donate Life Illinois. The IHSA teams up with Donate Life Illinois to encourage everyone to say yes to being an organ, tissue, and eye donor. Give the assist to the defense on this one.
Oh, yeah, and look at Best. Best swings it over to Cheravino, who's wide open for your assist of the game. At least Best was smart enough to look for him. He knows, hey, look, he can hit that three-point shot.
There's something about Cheravino just having him as the point on a diamond press in this time frame. Not that he's any bigger than anyone else on the floor. There's a lot of 6'7" out there for what it's worth.
But he's smart.
But he's smart. His arms are
long. He's
got a long reach. And they're going to need it here. They have the ball down by 6 as we head down the stretch with 3.5 to go. It's a must score on every possession kind of game for both of these teams. Thomas lost it from behind. Marks through the lane.
Well, Marks at the right place at the right time. Loose ball into the lane. He picks it up and lays it in. Here should be a dunk.
McElroy left by himself.
Boy, McElroy was able to slip behind the defense. They saw him. That time, DePaul doesn't mind a quick basket.
They get McElroy with the foul there.
Cheravino.
And he's got 2. Mr. and Best both with 4 fouls. How does he get that open?
Boy, you know what? It was a miscommunication because I think Best looked like Best just forgot about it. And he just kept running towards the basket.
A.J. Chambers was on the floor for a brief moment. The 6-foot sophomore back to the bench. They have pretty much kept with 5 guys this entire game. Paul really hasn't gone to the bench at all. In fact, that might have been the first time they went to the bench all night. Best trying to get rid of it. Here's Cheravino. And a foul. That's 3. And that's team foul 3.
3 on McElroy. Trying to go for a steal, trying to reach. You don't want to reach. You want to move your feet. You want to slide. You don't want to reach.
At this point, though, they're just trying to make sure he doesn't have any ability to create.
Yeah. Because he's so creative and he's so deadly with that jump shot.
The lead is at 6. Paul trying to win back-to-back titles. Inside, Mark slipped by, and a foul.
Give Mr. a lot of credit because Mark slipped behind the defense, got into the paint, and put his hands up. He raised his hands, and Mr. saw him.
So Marks will go to the free throw line. And Marks 0 for 2 from the line tonight.
Missed it everything. But remember, he's been out with a hyperextended elbow.
It's that shooting elbow.
The shooting elbow.
He's trying to get his form right. I think on a make, we're going to get a timeout here.
That's short.
Well short. Marks came in for the steal. Now they've got trapped, or McElroy trapped for a second. Oh, and he
Marks with the steal.
Got it away for a minute.
Good numbers.
And a foul. As Rashawn Porter was fouled. It certainly looks like the Caravan are trying to foul at this point with 2.5 to go.
To get the ball back.
They've got one team foul to give. And so Grant Best with the foul, that means he has 5, and that is it for the 6'2 junior All-Catholic League selection as he heads to the bench.
Fouled out with just 2 points.
A heck of a semifinal performance.
They're not here without him.
They're not here without him at all. Trapping defense out front.
So you look for a backdoor cut. And boy, if you look to the weak side, you get a man wide open under the basket. As McElroy was wide open, they didn't see him.
Marks committing the foul. That is team foul number 4. So free throws the rest of the way for both teams.
And you see McElroy just went over and told Coach Klein-Smith, hey, I'm wide open. He just, when I yelled he's wide open, he just went over and told Tom. He whispered, he leaned over, hey, I'm wide open.
Timeout. It's a full timeout by Mount Carmel will take it.
Well, if you're DePaul College Prep now, of course, all night we've seen they're very patient. They don't mind running a minute off the clock. Can you run 2 minutes off the clock?
Well, it's a neutral site game. 2 Chicago teams playing down in Champaign. No, they did not carpool together down I-57.
And I think that if I'm on Carmel, I have to go after the ball. I have to double team.
There's DePaul Prep. If you know where Riverview used to be, that's where DePaul Prep is. And it's not the old Gordon Tech building. It moved over a little bit, a little close to the other side of Lane Tech. And they just drove right down I-57. Mount Carmel, built on Dante, driving down 57. That's where they are. All the way down from 64th and Dante to State Farm Center. And, of course, the Stars on the court. A little addition here. That's how close they are.
That's how close they are.
Yeah, just a nice little touch to the state of Illinois that we have painted on the floor. You see the different graphics. The blue ones, that's HF and normal. You'll see those coming up here in our 4A title game. What's this conversation Tom Kleinschmidt talking about? What's he focusing on right now?
I think right now he's focusing on doing what we've done to get this lead. That is to be patient, make Mount Carmel come after us, hold on to the basketball. And our keys, what did he say? We cannot turn the ball over. We have to handle the ball. I'm telling him, my guys, right now in blue, let them come to you. Don't give this away. Make them be the aggressors. Make them foul us. And then if they get the ball back, that man in your screen right there, guard him.
8 turnovers for DePaul Prep, which is...
Yeah, Mount Carmel's got to come after them.
And the tie-up, the arrow, by the way, goes to DePaul. It's going to be a foul. Sheravino, that'll be his second.
That's Porter. And again, I'm sure Coach Klein-Smith told his guys, be strong with the ball. They're going to have to come after us. Don't give it to them. Make them come get it.
This is the first time DePaul Prep has been to the free throw line this half, and they put Porter at the line, a 54% free throw shooter coming into the weekend. And it's short. This is a big one right here to get it to 3 possessions. If they can get it to 7, it's going to make Mount Carmel work that much harder. But considering how Sheravino's been able to get loose from 3,
that one's off.
A bucket could get it to a 1-possession game. We're at the 2-minute mark. Sheravino with screens. Open look for a second for Mister. He didn't take it. He will take it now. And he got it. We play on. In a whistle, and we got a timeout. Tom Kleinschmidt didn't get it in there for a second, so he wants to talk about it.
Yeah, they didn't get the ball in bounds. They was having trouble, so he wanted to take the timeout. He did not want to get a 5-second call.
Mount Carmel has trailed the entire way, and this is as close as they've been since early in the second quarter.
Boy, look at Mister. He just take a step back. You got to get out there a little closer. McElroy gives him a little bit of room, and he buries it. You don't think of Mr. the guy that's going to bury that three-point shot, but McElroy didn't go out there on him, and he gave him a little bit of room, so he decided, hey, I'll take this shot because we need to get points. We needed to get them in a hurry, and he hit that three-point shot, and then they couldn't get the ball back in bounds.
That might have been the first basket in the entire half that didn't involve Sheravino, whether it was a basket or an assist from him or anything like that. And I know Mark said a layup there, so it may have been just the second basket that wasn't Sheravino from outside, but it's the first three from somebody aside from Angelo Sheravino.
Well, now if I'm Phil Seagrove, I'm telling our guys, let's do exactly what we did. Make it difficult for them to get the ball in bounds. They couldn't get it in bounds off that basket. Let's do the same thing. We got to try to get it a 5-second count here, and then if they get the ball in bounds, we swarm that basketball.
I think other than the first couple of minutes, this Mount Carmel defense has put together one heck of a performance, probably one of the best ones they've had all year. For as much as we've talked about the DePaul Rams in terms of how well they play defense, Mount Carmel is saying, hold on a second here. We're pretty good, too, on defense.
Yeah, and they have played an excellent defensive game.
So here we go. We're going to run the football play, all right? So everyone out of bounds. Watch the crossing routes.
Hike.
Routes on air.
There's a foul on Marks.
You get your route tree card. You get the wristband. Well, Marks is number 2. We walk to the other end. PJ Chambers has not been to the line tonight. Just 2 points. He's been involved, but it's a quiet night offensively. Big free throws here with 1:44 left.
Nobody at this end of the court for DePaul College Prep. They're all back to play defense.
And that's because Chambers is an 86% free throw shooter coming in. He's missed 14 free throws all season. Back to 5. Mount Carmel goes back to work. Sheravino to the rim, try to get rid of it. It will stay with Mount Carmel. And they might have gotten a break there.
I think they may have gotten a break there. Sheravino didn't have an open shot, so he decided to attack the basket to try to make something happen.
Sheravino will inbound, which is key considering the lobs that we've seen from the inbound play. They're going to try and free him up in the corner. It didn't work. We're under 90. Mister attacking the glass. High off the glass, but a foul will bail them out.
Boy, a lot of contact, but again, Mister using his quickness, that first step, he sees a little bit of an opening, he goes right to the basket, and now he'll be at the line shooting 2. That's 4 on McElroy.
You got a bench warning on DePaul Prep. So we've seen both benches warned. Mister at the line. He was 3 for 4 yesterday.
Got it.
In his first trip to the line, he hits the first one.
A.J. Chambers returning to the range.
A.J. Chambers back on. Walls will come off for a minute. They go offense-defense here for a second.
Maybe a better ball handler.
And both go down. Anthony Hayes back on. And we're going to run the play again. A quick hitch route for A.J. Chambers. He got bumped.
Yeah.
PJ, I should say, the older brother.
Got bumped, got knocked down by Thomas.
Teams have figured out this out-of-bounds stuff in terms of the ability to
It doesn't work too well.
And what's the goal with that?
I think the goal is to confuse everybody because you have 4 guys out of bounds and then they all come in at the same time. So you never know, are you going to go deep? Will 2 go deep? Will 1 stay here? I think there's a lot. Makes your defensive guys think an awful lot.
And schematically speaking, you're just trying to get it in. And that's the best way to do it. Because it's going to throw everybody off. Someone's going to be open.
Yeah.
And so PJ hits the first. He's up to 5 points.
Smith yelling no foul. You're going to hear him over here.
It's been as loud as he's been. Makes them both. We keep it to 5. Paul Prep hitting everything at the line to keep Mount Carmel at bay and a timeout. With 1:17 to go.
But usually when you play DePaul College Prep, what do you say? First team to 40 wins?
Yep.
And at one point, we didn't think either team would make it to 40. And they've done it so far. Mount Carmel with 36 points.
So after this, we'll have Homewood Flossmoor and Normal, the Ironmen and the Vikings doing battle for a state championship in Class 4A. Got 2 championships already decided. Phillips gets the Public League a championship, their first state championship back in 1975. They were in the state championship game, and West Central wins the first state championship for that program with a 19-point win over Meridian. You know what I noticed here as you look at the schedule? A lot of ones on the board.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, everything went as it was predicted.
A Normal community with a lot of talent. Homewood Flossmoor, you've seen a couple of times. Looking forward to seeing them. Yep.
One of the best guards you're ever going to see.
Bryce Hurd and Johnny Cobb. Get to see them on display on this floor for the state championship. Looking around the building here at the State Farm Center, about 10,000, a little more than that, probably in the building.
Yeah, a lot of people are here and a lot of orange.
A lot of orange. It's going to be quite the environment here for our next one. We got to finish this one first. Mount Carmel needs to be able to
get the ball.
They got to somehow not, I mean, yes, they're going to foul, but steals, they've got to find a way to kind of break them out of the rhythm because they continue to make free throws on the other end.
And on the offensive end, they have to score.
This is a must-have possession for the Caravan. And you would imagine Angelo Ceravino will be the one touching the ball when they can. Here he goes through. 3-ball left wing. Short. And a foul. It's going to be Ceravino picking that one up. He's got a couple more to give.
Well, it was a great play. It was drawn up for Ceravino. On the inbound pass, he just curled and went to the basket, and he came around a double screen and got the shot off. It just didn't fall. But a great play drawn up by Mount Carmel.
Ceravino with 5 threes. He's going to need more. One more for him would equal a state record here in Class 3A. That would be a 3A title game record set by, I believe, Fenwick, or Morgan Park, I should say, that back in 2017. And that one rolls in. Boy, how cool, calm, and collected is P.J. Chambers at the free throw line. A perfect 6 for 6 from the stripe in the last minute. And the lead is at 7. That's a 3-possession game. To the rim. Mister gets that one. Can they get it in? They cannot. Timeout.
Get it in. Timeout by DePaul. Well, you let Mister go to the basket. You didn't want to foul him because it's a 3-possession game.
It's about as good a defense as you can play without fouling.
Without fouling, right. You play good defense. That layup really didn't mean much at that point because you did not want to stop the clock.
So 53.9 to go. Watch it again.
Do it again. See, you played a good defense, but you don't foul them. You just stay with them. You don't foul them. That is really, really good defense by Wall. Just say, okay, what? I'll keep my hands up. I'm not going to bring him down. I'm not going to foul him. You make the layup, make it, because you still need the ball back twice after you make that layup. The one thing you don't want to do is give him 2 points with the clock not moving. So, no, that was a good defense, although they did get a layup, but you didn't foul them. You didn't stop the clock.
You ready for the football play again?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because they'll be able to move on the baseline here.
Let's see if everybody...
You want a combo route with that?
I was about to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. I guess it's a combo route.
Well, like a slant wheel route would be a nice move right now. A little more traditional.
Well, remember, Simeon, you would inbound the ball. They would go in a circle. They would run in a circle, like ring around the rosy.
It works. It works. They still can't get it in. They do. Chambers gets through traffic. Almost lost it for a second. It's Kavame who's fouled.
But Chambers really came close to moving it. You're losing the ball.
Marks. He's got 3. Now, we talked about his hyperextended elbow. Watch it again.
Watch it. Boy, steps right through. He almost traveled. Just got it.
Kavame is perfect at the line as well. 5 of 5 now.
Now
between
you know,
him and Chambers.
And now you know why you practice free throws. Because this team has really been well shooting free throws in the clutch.
They are, the percentage is high. 8 in a row they've made at the line. This is old school stuff right here, which is perfect considering the kind of game we've seen. Uremovic, the lead to 7. And a timeout, or no, I should say a turnover. Ball's going to get Walls left alone for the finisher.
That may do it.
DePaul with the 9-point lead, the 3 well short, and that will turn it back over to DePaul Prep, and that will do it.
That will do it. As Tom Kleinschmidt just told his guys, relax, calm down.
Timeout on the floor.
And he wants a full timeout. He was yelling at his guys before they inbound the ball, just relax. So now he had a timeout. He's going to take it, and he's going to tell his guys, okay, now we don't shoot the basketball. We let them come to us if they foul us. If not, we run 20 seconds off the clock. We get our trophy and go home.
It's been a wire-to-wire performance for the DePaul Prep Rams. They have not trailed in this one, and they're about to go to 35-2, a school record. And for all the good basketball we've seen at both Gordon Tech and DePaul Prep, this is going to be a season to remember. And this is the punctuation exclamation point.
Go to the basket for the layup. As Mount Carmel trying to double team the basketball. Nice left-handed bounce pass. And you get the nice, easy, uncontested layup by Rob Walls.
It was 37-34 with just under 2 minutes to go. And since then, DePaul Prep has hit 8 straight free throws to put it away.
And that's why you practice free throws. And you also practice free throws at the end of practice.
When you're tired.
When you're tired. And these guys are tired because they've been playing in a long game. Boy, but what a great free throw shooting performance by DePaul.
A.J. Chambers played 2 minutes. That's the only bench effort they've had for DePaul. That's starters going the rest of the way. Everyone has played 30 minutes at least on the floor. Chambers back out there. He will do the honors on the inbound.
Boy, nobody's playing safety. I'll just cut to the basket. Okay, they figured it out.
And he's stationary here, can't move. Lob, and it will be a turnover. But it might be too little too late. Sheravino will rise and fire for 3. Got one more and a timeout. That's a state record, by the way.
Sheravino's been just deadly. Every time he touches the basketball, you know there's a chance that he can score. He just showed it right there. And why not take that last timeout? Phil's going to coach this, and he's going to coach until they can't say you can't coach anymore. But Sheravino, he's double teamed, and he rises up and hits a beautiful shot.
Boy, how good has Sheravino been today?
Oh, he's been awesome. 24 points. Wow.
6 of 10 from 3. He's only taken 4 shots inside. Again, he ties the record for threes made in a title game back in 2017. So this is
cannot wait. So school starts in August.
He's coming. He'll be there.
He is coming.
You free him up, he's going to be a problem for people. He's a pure shooter, as you can see, at 6'7". Now, for DePaul Prep to put this away here, I mean, absolute chaos has to happen at this point, but simply getting the ball in and getting the free throw line.
Right. Get the ball in, hold on to it, make them come to you. Don't turn it over.
Tom Kleinschmidt played in a championship game. Look at his numbers, by the way, as a player. 31 points a game, 9.5 rebounds to will that Gordon Tech team to a second-place finish in 1990. He's had a little more help from his guys in terms of balance. It's not all him. It's not all one guy.
He had a pretty good career at DePaul, too. And, of course, his name is always mentioned, as he told us, when DePaul needs a new coach, which they do right now.
High school basketball royalty here in the state of Illinois. Ball prepped inbound. They go deep. Porter. Turnover. They got to hurry. It's not done yet. Thomas for three. It's short. And Walls came down awkwardly with 4 seconds left.
Hope he's okay. Walls going for the offensive rebound, came down awkwardly. Is he okay?
His ankle. He's going to at least limp off. You saw Rashawn Porter put his hand on him just to say, hey,
yeah,
which was very cool to see.
Yeah, that's Marks, who has been out with the elbow.
He will come off the floor, and we will continue on to finish it up. What an effort for
going to come out.
Lee Marks is not healthy. He's dealing with that elbow. He's now dealing with an ankle. He's now dealing with the emotion of knowing that it's over for the 6'5" senior.
Great effort by Marks to come back for the state tournament.
What an effort and what a season for the Rams. They get it in. They do foul. Mount Carmel signed up for 32. You're going to get 32 out of it.
Yep.
Students have the flashlights on their cell phones, waving goodbye.
In a typical DePaul College Prep game, grinded out tough. First team to 40 wins.
They're going to do it in back-to-back years, and they're going to do it their way in both of those seasons.
Coach Kleinsman going to get a couple of guys in. You started to run onto the court without checking in.
Jack Hennessy is a senior. He didn't know, oh, I got to go to the table to check in. Does
right,
that.
Tom grabbed him. Go check in. He just started to run onto the court.
Cole Jungwirth is also a senior. He's on the floor. Kyle Chevalier, the junior for Mount Carmel. Christos Dimas, a 6'1" junior on the floor. So emptying the bench a little bit here to make sure they get on the floor to celebrate.
Shervino comes out.
Kavame. 10 straight free throws for the Rams to put it away. A season of dreams for DePaul. The Rams rule Illinois. State champs in 2024. They go back-to-back. They did it in 2A last year, and they did it in 3A this year. The first team to win back-to-back state championships in different classes in Illinois history.
Congratulations to Tom Kleinschmidt and the DePaul College Prep Rams. They came out, you knew they wanted to do. They did it early. They slowed the game down. DePaul College Prep did everything they wanted to do. I think you could not have drawn this up any better.
They are as difficult a matchup as you'll face in any class in the state of Illinois.
I agree. They make you play their game.
Absolutely.
And at one point, when Mount Carmel sped the game up, got a couple of steals, Kleinschmidt made the adjustments back. Guys, slow down. Don't play their game. Make them play our game.
I think Matt LePage, the head coach at Crystal Lake South, said it best earlier in the week. You can watch all the film you want until you take the court and see it. The physicality, the athleticism, and how they rally to the ball, it is very tough to prepare for. Mount Carmel saw them 3 weeks ago, and it didn't matter. They all got to do whatever they wanted, when they wanted, and they dictated tempo, and that's why they're the best in Illinois.
And in the fourth quarter, DePaul scored 20 points. 12 were from the free throw line.
Let's send it over to Casey Standahar.
Makai, 18 points. What a finish for your team. You never gave up the lead. How did you stay laser focused in this one?
We fought through adversity. There were times where they were coming back. They cut it to 5 or 3, and we just kept going. We never gave up, and we just kept fighting. 2A
champs last year, 3A champs this year. How does it feel to go back-to-back?
It feels amazing. I don't even have words, to be honest. Yeah, I don't have words. It's amazing.
I'll let you enjoy this one with your school and your teammates. I'll bring in Coach Kleinschmidt now. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Coach, What a dominant finish. What willed your team to this one?
Yeah, just heart and experience, I think. We talked a little bit about it yesterday. We had some experience. They ran us a little bit, but we hung tough and kept our composure when we needed to.
To go back-to-back, 2A last year, 3A this year, what does that say about DePaul college prep basketball?
Yeah, it's just, you know, that we got tough kids and people play for each other, and we're not worried about how many points we have. We worry about defense, playing for the guy next year, and I think that's why we got the wins we got.
Congrats, Coach.
Thank you so much, Stacey.
Matt?
And if you're looking ahead to 2025, Kavame, Walls, and Porter, they all are coming back and have 3 state championship opportunities, which could be impressive nonetheless. Let's send it over to our public address announcer, Tim Sinclair, for the medal and trophy presentation.
Ladies and gentlemen, direct your attention to the court for the presentation of the first and second place team and individual awards for the 2024 Class 3A Boys Basketball State Finals Tournament. Presenting medallions will be members of the IHSA Board of Directors. President Dan Tully, Principal of Niles Notre Dame. Secretary Mike Castleman, Athletic Director of Olympia. Karen Calloway, Principal of Chicago Kenwood. Augie Fontanetta, Athletic Director of New Trier. Ron Lear, Athletic Director of Plainfield North. Katie Caslett, Principal of Dunlap. Brad Gooding, Principal of Hamilton. Katie Hassan of Rock Ridge. Tom Shergan, Principal of Chicago de La Salle. Dwayne Bates of Glenbard East. And Dr. Scott Adrian of Dunlap. Now the individual awards for the Class 3A second place finishers. The Chicago Mount Carmel Caravan. President Brendan Conroy. Principal Scott Tabernacki. Athletic Director and Head Coach Phil Seagroves. Athletic Trainer Joe Walter. Assistant Coach Jared Ash. Assistant Coach Mike Glennon. Assistant Coach Brian Daly. Manager Luke Seagroves. Manager Charlie Wingates. Manager Rocco Lopez. Number 2, Noah Mister. Number 3, Grant Best. Number 4, Dylan Fulbright. Number 5, Anthony Hayes. Number 10, Christian Yuramovich. Number 11, Lee Marks. Number 20, Kyle Chevalier. Number 21, Cameron Thomas. Number 22, Ed Ryan. Number 23, Victor Guadamato. Number 30, Derek Edwards. Number 32, Christos Dimas. Number 33, Angelo Cheravino. Number 40, Aiden Provost. Number 42, Drew Williams. And number 44, Landon Johnson. Now, the individual awards for Class 3A first place finishers, the DePaul College Prep Rams. President Mary Dempsey. Principal Dr. Megan Stanton Anderson. Athletic Director Patrick Mahoney. Athletic Trainer Logan Brown. Head Coach Tom Kleinschmidt. Assistant Coach Craig Medzinski. Assistant Coach Michael Sneed. Assistant Coach Keenan Franklin. Assistant Coach Dylan Sneed. Assistant Coach Christian Choya. Number 2, Cole Chunworth. Number 3, A.J. Chambers. Number 5, Charlie Rosenberg. Number 10, George Richardson. Number 11, Jonas Johnson. Number 12, Chad Hennessy. Number 13, Makai Kavame. Number 14, Rob Wong. Number 21, Brock Suvarna. Number 22, P.J. Chambers. Number 23, Jalen McElroy. Number 24, Rashawn Porter. Number 25, Ashton Flowers. Number 32, Fernando Rodriguez. Number 33, Manuel French. And number 41, Gus Donahue. At this time, would Coach Seagroves and members of Mount Carmel step forward to receive your second place Class 3A trophy. Now, would Coach Kleinschmidt and members of DePaul College Prep step forward to receive your Class 3A first place trophy.
There is no doubt they are the best team in the Catholic League. There is very little doubt that they're the best team in the entire city of Chicago. And there is absolutely no doubt that this is one of the best defenses we have ever seen. The DePaul Prep Rams doing it everything they want. And as we hear the PA, they did it their way.
Their way. You got it. They slowed the game down like they like to do it. They like to keep it low score. They play defense. And as we even said in the semifinals, it's the best high school defense I think I've ever seen in the state of Illinois.
And if Makai Kavame is for real, as we've seen him perform in the big stage each of the last 2 years, they got a real chance for a three-peat in 2025.
Well, I tell you, that would be something to see.
Smile, and a lot of two fingers here. Back-to-back champions for the first time in different classes in Illinois history. The first time we've had back-to-back champions in the last couple of years. 2019 was the last time we had that with Belleville West or doing it both the same year in 4A and in 2A. So there's state champions, 35-2. Time for our Menards play of the game. Save big money on all your home improvement needs with Menards. It was getting a little tight there for a minute, and they made sure to give themselves enough breathing room, looking for the big man for the dunk.
Yep, looking for the big man with the dunk. It's exactly what they needed. If the game was getting a little tight, Kavame to McElroy, good night. That did it from up high. And he puts it down. That was the exclamation point. After that, you knew DePaul would be back.
And not that there was any doubt in terms of basketball royalty. Tom Kleinschmidt etches his name as a back-to-back head coach, winning state championships after a legendary playing career here in the state of Illinois as well. It was fun, partner.
Thank you, partner.
I enjoyed it. This was great for Casey Standahar, for Kenny McReynolds, and for our entire IHSA Television Network crew. We'll hand it off to Dave in a minute. Dave and Cameron will have your 4A title game. But first, we send it back to the studio to Darius Joshua and Mark Lindo on the IHSA Television Network.
Thank you, Matt. You and Kenny, of course, did a fantastic job out there at State Farm Center. It is back-to-back championships for DePaul College Prep.
Hey, they were outstanding this entire tournament, this entire season. Defense, defense, defense wins championships. They just lock down. They fight you. They contest every pass on the inside. They say, okay, if you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us from 20 feet. And they really cover the defensive boards. That's what I'm so impressed with. 10 out of 10 free throws to finish the game. Their two guards, Chambers and Kavami, were just outstanding, controlling their team. And it was a championship-level execution by DePaul College Prep here tonight.
I have an old colleague. He always likes to say free throws matter, and the Rams showcase that for sure. Tom Kleichman in 1990 helped Gordon Tech finish as a runner-up. Now he comes back to what is ultimately his alma mater and brings them back-to-back championships as the team's head coach. 5 players back from last year's championship, and as Matt and Kenny were talking about, a couple of those guys will be back for next year to try to go 3 for 3. A lot more to come here on our post-game shows. We get ready for that 4A championship game. We'll be back on the IHSA TV network.
The IHSA Basketball State Finals are being brought to you in part by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs. And by SIU Carbondale. Imagine the possibilities.
Hey, Howard. There are over 8 million drivers in the state of Illinois. With that many people on the road, accidents are bound to occur. I'm attorney Howard Ankin, and if you or someone you care about has been involved in an auto, rideshare, or trucking accident, I'm here to help.
He has your number in his phone.
Call my office for a free consultation at 312-6-million. I'm here when you need me. Injury law made personal, that's Ankin Law.
Attention high school students. If you're tired of hearing the same old college debt story, we've got an exciting alternative for you. Join the Mid-America Carpenters Union and let your career dreams take flight. You can earn great pay, enjoy no-cost health insurance, and secure a stable retirement, all with no college debt and an elite career that's here to stay. It's time to build your future your way. Ready to carve your path to success? Contact the Mid-America Carpenters Union today to learn how you can unleash your potential.
You ready? Yeah. Don't they get paid? Well, sure we get paid. But would you like to get paid to get hit by a car?
Don't everybody get paid to do a certain job? I don't know why someone even say that.
We still would like to make it home in one piece as well.
We're just like any other person that is trying to do a job and is trying to get home safe to our family.
That championship feeling at DePaul College Prep goes back-to-back after winning in 2A. They bring home a 3A state title, 49-41 over Mount Carmel. Quite a victorious effort from the Rams as they simply executed more down the stretch.
Well, they executed down the stretch after really getting off very early and often. 5-0 run by Kavami by himself to start the game. He had 8 in the first quarter. And once they got that lead, they're so difficult to play catch-up against with their tenacious defense. They were in the driver's seat and in command. One little run by Mount Carmel third quarter when they scored a couple buckets, and then they were able to engage in full court pressure. But too much DePaul ball security and free throw shooting down the stretch got them some nets to a championship.
Yeah, Angelo Cheravino did all that he could in this contest. Let's look at the highlights of this one just to see how the Rams go back-to-back. Midway through the second quarter here, Makai Kavame with the ball at the top of the key. He finds Rob Walls on a terrific back cut. He had 10 points in the game, getting to double figures. Under 3 to play now in the third quarter. This is one of the few moments that Mount Carmel found success. This here is determination. Cheravino through 2 defenders, hanging and hitting to make it a 7-point game. Now fourth quarter action. This was maybe the last stitch effort from them. He shakes the defenders and Cheravino hits another 3, 6 threes, making it an all-state record in a state tournament. 24 points for him on the day, but Makai Kavami was just as good for his squad. 18 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And as you mentioned, Coach, many free throws made. He and PJ Chambers go 14 for 14 combined as they close out this game and pull away for victory.
Well, you just had a feeling with the character and the ability those two guards have that they were going to be able to finish. And Mount Carmel had no choice but to try to stop the clock. But you got to give Tom Kleinschmidt a lot of credit and his team recognizing who to get the ball to on those baseline out-of-bounds plays. They fouled the two guards did a tremendous job finishing that game from the line, and they finished like championship guards that they are, back to back.
Now, there were two players on DePaul College Prep that you could not stop raving about as we were watching this game. One was Rashawn Porter, in part to what he also did in the semifinal. The other, Makai Kavame.
Well, Kavai Kamani is really a special player. He can do it all. See him here, he's going to end up with a jump shot off the corner, spotted up. He can knock it down. Kavami, really a special player. Now, I see him off the bounce here. His eyes are up. He's going to make a play. Good backdoor cut, but Kavami with the great eyesight and vision. On this particular play, watch him come off the screen. He's going to go straight downhill, take it to the 10, and finish. So good recognition off of that. And then watch his eyes up. A great point guard. He finds McElroy for the dunk, but a great, great guard he is in all facets of his game. And his scoring picked up this weekend, and interest at the next level picked up on him this weekend as well. I flat out guarantee you that.
Yeah, I think so. You know, a lot of coaches have nicknames for their players. I think the floor general one certainly seems like it fits for Makai Kavami, doing just all that he could. Jalen McElroy, 8.7 rebounds as Hill. On the other side, Angelo Cheravino, 24 points to lead all scorers. He did all that he could. He's going to Northwestern next year.
Well, he is a special player, a special talent. And the problem for Cheravino tonight, unlike most of the year, he got very little help. There wasn't much balance in the Mount Carmel attack. And you saw Cheravino try to will his team, put him on his back, and he almost did. What a complete game it was. And his jump shooting ability with those 6 threes that you aforementioned was just a tremendous job trying to keep his team tight. He was not going to quit. The engine just kept running. The motor kept running, but just a little bit too late for the Caravan.
They had that kind of effort in the semifinal. Could not duplicate it here today in the championship game. Still a historic season for the Caravan, making it here and finishing as runner-up. So that is 3 games, 3 champions already, but we still have one more to come here in America's Original March Madness. DePaul College Prep going back-to-back state champions once again as they bring home the Class 3A state title. We'll be right back on the IHSA TV Network.
The IHSA, committed to keeping student-athletes safe. Through educational initiatives and national partnerships, we're going the distance to develop safer protocols for our teams. Plus, we continue to improve scheduling and conditioning to reduce injuries from preseason through each state championship. 31 sports, 350,000 student athletes, and one goal, player safety. The IHSA, the future plays here.
Get an 11%.